What's going on, y'all? Hope you're having a very blessed day. Thanks for coming to Politics and Life. This is Jordan. Hope you're all having an amazing Sunday with your families and loved ones. Today, we're going to be speaking about a few very serious topics. One being, supposedly, I don't know. I really am praying that it's true that the Hells Angels are on their way down to Colorado. A lot of people are saying it isn't true. And I mean, I haven't seen any valid proof. I've just seen a lot of reactions, which we will be discussing today. Let's just say if that is true, though, these Venezuelan gangs, whew, they're in for a rude awakening. And Hells Angels aren't ones to F with. They got ex military, ex police officers, firefighters, I'm sure, patriots, people who aren't going to just sit back and allow these illegals to just take over our communities and cities without anything happening. We need law and order. That is how society is able to function. Hi, Ruth. How are you doing? I hope you're having a blessed day. Just so you know, there wasn't events today. I guess it was a call over the phone, so I'm sorry I didn't reach out. I was going to do an interview, though, tomorrow at the VA in Mather in Sacramento, California. So, yeah, I'm going to the VA. I'm going to be outside, and I'm going to be interviewing the veterans. I'm going to be asking them, what do they want in this next administration, who they prefer as a candidate, and I'm going to let them speak. I did do that hour live yesterday interview, which I posted on YouTube, and it didn't come out as good as I wanted. I'm going to start doing clips like the last one, because the last one was very successful. I would just record or have the person who's my cameraman walk behind me and record as I'm approaching and then record the answer. The live just had like an hour and a half of the event, the Trump event I went to, where I got this dope ass Thug Life Trump shirt. Look at this. What do you guys think of the shirt? Yeah, Ruth. I mean, I wouldn't mind. You can come help. Yeah, I have one friend coming. If you want to bring anyone, that's fine. The more the merrier. I'm also gonna ask the people whose flyers I got yesterday who are running the Trump event if they want to come as well, because I think we should talk to as many veterans as we can and get their opinions, because yeah, they're the ones that fought for our freedom, so their opinions should be most valuable, in my opinion. But under this administration, they just don't give a shit about Americans and our veterans who have fought and died for our freedom. I think they deserve a lot more respect than what they've gotten from this administration. But yeah, bring whoever you want. We can have a little group chat with some veterans and yeah, see what they want. Sacramento Vet Center. Ooh, I haven't been there. I think the one I was talking about was in Mather. But is that the one you're talking about? If not, we can go to both. I'm off tomorrow, so I kind of just want to do interviews all day and just talk to people and get a really good interview going. And like I said, moving forward, it won't just be lives, because when I shoot lives, you can't edit the clips into the best parts where it just shows you interviewing the people, and it's not as clear, I've noticed. So thank the Lord, today I got a new setup. I'm going to be using this starting tomorrow. It's really nice vlogging setup that I got. It comes with a microphone. It comes with a more secure thing where you can secure your phone better, because the other one was more loose. Has this more steady thing where you could set it down and not worry about it falling. So I'm really excited to use this tomorrow to do some interviews, and I hope everyone that's watching subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is Politics and Life, and I'm sure there's a few other ones with the same name. So if you can't find that, just search California, J as in Jordan, B as in Bat, California JB5460. That's how you find my YouTube channel. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then you will see me post tomorrow an interview. This will probably be my longest interview. It will just be edited where you guys see me speaking to the veterans, though. That's it. Not just an hour and a half of me also walking and talking to the comments, even though I love interacting with you guys. It's just I've noticed people would rather watch the clips of what the people are responding when you ask them the question. So yeah, moving forward, that's how my videos are going to be. Squid Man, what's up? How's your day going, bro? We can still do a talk in a little bit. I kind of just wanted to get on and talk about the Venezuelan gangs, and rumors are that the Hells Angels are en route. I pray that that's true, because we need some type of law and order in this country. And I am a huge supporter of our military, huge supporter of our police. But there comes a point when they're literally in your backyard where your children are going to school. We're not secure. We are not safe right now. And the fact that the police are staying away and also lying. I actually saw a video, which I'll try to show you guys on this live in a couple minutes. The police were actually at a wrong area, saying they were at that exact area and there was no crime or illegals in this area and that everything is peaceful. So from what I see, the cops are complicit. That doesn't mean I'm saying all cops are bad. What I'm saying is eventually it comes to a point where you got to start thinking or processing in your head, okay, I need this check, but is the future of my children and my country more important than a paycheck? And if that answer is yes, the paycheck is more important than the safety of your family and country, you need to be charged. I think in this next administration, we need to do a deep dive into who is complicit with allowing sex trafficking of minors, or just they're letting criminals out, they're letting killers across our borders, no proper vetting, and they are doing some serious damage. If you guys heard recently, in the past week, actually in my state of California, in San Diego, there was actually a bus loaded with little kids that Venezuelan gangs tried to take over and rob. Like, if it's just, I couldn't imagine being a parent today, especially in California with the woke nonsense being taught in schools. Then you have to worry about high inflation. Then you got to worry about these gangs that are here illegally that are getting preferential treatment over Americans with our own government. It's a slap in the face to all taxpayers, and we should be pissed and expect more and demand more. Oh, Ruth, I forgot you told me your daughter lives right by there. National Guard issue. I say take no money from illegals. Debit card without ID. Yeah, and these illegals are getting thousands upon thousands in EBT, GA, free housing. They're passing bills in California, as I said yesterday on my live, allowing illegals up to $150,000 for new homes. Where does this money come from, you may ask? Taxpayers. They're literally spending our money into oblivion, which we never voted on, we never approved, we were never warned about, and they don't give a shit. They don't care. And I'm glad that the population's waking up. It took long enough, but at least it's happening. And so we're going to get into a few reactions of people speaking about Colorado and the Hells Angels. And I actually have another couple clips on couple bikers who are tied to the Hells Angels, and supposedly they come out recently today and spoke about the topic. And then we're going to react to Blacks for Trump continuing to skyrocket. As you know, Trump lost the stolen election by a very small vote. Just with this increase in Black support alone, it would be an election landslide. Not counting that Mexican, Latinos, every minority group is waking up. There's just no chance. That's why it's got to be too big to rig. That's why they're opening the border. That's why they're doing the great replacement theory right in front of our faces. And then when you call it out, they call you racist or a bigot, when you're literally just calling out what we see on a daily basis happening. Just don't it won't fly. More and more county out, more red California each day already is. I think California's red, and I've been saying that for a while. We need to get back to one day voting with IDs. If you can't produce ID, you don't need to vote. You know the standards, you know the rules. If you're too lazy to bring your ID or get an ID, you don't need to vote. It's really that simple. I'm hoping to volunteer at the polls. Yeah. Ruth, I was talking about volunteering as well, or being a watcher or something. I did get a card from the Trump event yesterday, and they actually let you get qualified, or they have like the necessary steps to get qualified. So I need to hit them up and look into that, because I want to be involved too. I think this is the most important election in our lifetime, and so the more eyes, the better, especially with what happened last time and all that election chaos. Also, I know if you guys have been watching my videos since the beginning, I used to have American flag, a better setup in here, in the process of moving. So in the next couple of weeks, you will notice that the American flag will be back in the background. I have my normal setup, because usually this isn't the setup. Yeah. Anyways, let's get on today's show. Squidman, the left wants all these illegals to vote for Kamala because Trump polls are doing good. Yes, exactly. And you know what? I am so sick about people saying that Kamala's up in the polls. I would suggest people to check out real polls, because all these big medias, including Fox, they are in bed now with the Kamala Harris campaign. You see the event sizers, there's no comparison. Two, now Kamala is being exposed as well for hiring actors. That has been exposed. And I will actually post some videos later reacting to that. People recently, I think it was in Philadelphia, there was people in a restaurant eating breakfast time around, and Kamala Harris in her campaign bus pulls up. They literally kick these people who are doing what they're doing in this restaurant out of the store and have hired actors come in to play like they're Kamala huge supporters. Everything about this campaign is fake. She has no policy. She doesn't even know what policy is. She's now cowering out of the ABC interview or the debate with Trump because they're not actually along with her request, which is keep the mics on so she can get her one viral moment of "I'm talking Trump, be quiet." And they're not playing along because people see through the BS now. Sadly, it took a lot much longer for the Democrats. They're always like 3 to 4 years behind, but finally they're coming around. So at least they woke up at some point. Fox does suck, Ruth. Fox sucks a lot of ass. Ever since they fired Dan Bongino and Tucker Carlson, I really don't watch them at all. I do love Gutfeld though, and I do like Jesse Waters. He does say a lot of truthful stuff, but besides those two, Gutfeld and Waters, I think Fox sucks. And the fact that they're actually putting out these polls saying that Kamala's up by like 5 to 10 points is just laughable. Also, if like I said, the real polls, if you want to see what the real polls are like right now, one, go to Elon Musk. He actually posted a Twitter poll about a week ago, and it said, "Who do you trust more, and who do you want as president?" It was Kamala or Trump. 74% voted for Trump, 26 for Kamala, and I believe there was 10 million votes in that poll. Huge leftist idiot, probably the dumbest billionaire in our country's history, Mark Cuban. He also posted a poll yesterday or 2 days ago and said, Trump or Kamala. He's a huge leftist Democrat, meaning probably more Democrats are following him. But that poll, I believe, ended up being 65% for Trump, 35% for Kamala. Those are the real polls. He is demolishing her every video I see, even on leftist news, all demolishing her. She has nothing going for her. She offers no policy plan. She's saying nothing that's going to better our lives. And I'm just glad that the population is waking up. Took long enough. Benny Johnson, Ruth. He's one of my favorites. I love Benny Johnson. That's actually one of the reasons why I got into interviewing and doing this show, because I loved what he was doing. I think more normal, everyday Americans like myself who are struggling as well need to come out and start their own shows. Start out by talking about whatever. Talk about how your day was. You talk about what you think about policies. What are you voting on? I think we need more middle class, lower class, upper class. Doesn't matter. We need all Americans starting their own channels and spreading the word of truth. That's what I think, at least. Oh, Ruth, Chicago conservative. He's one of my, I'd say he's probably, him and Dennis are like my best YouTube friends, since Chicago conservative actually, I need to hit him up. I should have added him and Squidman to this live. Sorry, guys. I wanted to do it live by myself first, but Squidman's also in the chat. But yeah, Chicago conservative, he's one of my favorites. And I actually, if you look in my previous episodes, I've done a lot of lives with him in the past already. I've probably done more shows with Chicago conservative than anyone. And then Dennis, who I also met from the Chicago conservative, he's probably second for the other most interviews I've done. He knows you too. Oh, that's dope. Well, you should definitely join a live when we do it next. I believe we might. Oh, that is how you found me. Well, good. I love that. We should all do a live later if they're available. I know Squidman wants to do a live. Yeah, whoever wants to join. I want to have more people in these chats. Sometimes I feel like I run out of stuff to say, but you know what? I love this show. I'm thinking about doing a daily podcast show because there's so much craziness happening around the country. So I hope you guys enjoy the show. And anytime you guys want to join, just let me know. So techno bad. I was really scared, Ruth, when I started like doing these shows. Like my whole face turned red. I wouldn't know what to say. And now just you get more comfortable through time. But yeah, I would love to have you on one of these days. So guys, this is a woman who I've seen kind of been talking about the whole situation in Colorado since the beginning. And now she's talking about the Hells Angels, supposedly, which I said, I pray they're coming down because we need them down. We need some type of leadership And it's sad that the people are too scared to do something because they've been so degraded, talked down to, treated so badly by our politicians to the point where they haven't done anything. But I feel like once we get that leader or that group or that huge group of people that are going to push back to normacy, let's have law and order, hopefully that'll be the Hells Angel, then the people are going to start joining. And then once that happens, once it starts joining, you're going to see the whole country skyrocket. And at that point, I think we're going to be in a civil war plus mass revolution where the people are going to be waking up and we're eventually going to have to fight these illegals. That's what I think the end game is. Allow as many illegals in, let them vote, let them take our properties, and it's going to create a civil war within the United States of something we've never seen before. Right now is the most important time, as Dennis always says on my lives, to get a gun. Legally, lawfully, get a gun to protect yourself, because I'm telling you, it's coming soon to your front door, regardless if you want it to or not. We need to get a liberal on the podcast, Squidman. So I have debated I don't know if you heard of him, Caffeine Zombies, in the past. He's a liberal. We disagree on everything. Yeah, I don't have much good things to say about that. When people start openly like defending pedophilia in the open, I kind of lose all respect for men like that. And it seems like these days, these liberals openly support pedophilia. My comment was the San Francisco Pride parades were allowing naked people in a pool while they were pissing on each other in the same pool. So they're naked and they're pissing on each other in a public setting at a pride parade with children present. I think that's pedophilia in the open, and he supported that. If you support that, I lose all respect for you. And it's hard for me to talk to people like that because I just want to call them, the P word right off the bat. I know it's not him personally doing it, but we got to stop having these yes men who come out and say, yes, it's okay. Because it starts out all with acceptance, and then they eventually push you into the corner until eventually you have to react. They're coming after the kids, their own words. We need, I feel like it's hard to debate liberals these days on their policies, especially in regards to the trans agenda, as I call a cult. So if you guys know any, you can find some. I already tried to, and when I did, it was hard for me to keep my mouth shut. Let me tell you that. Yeah, it's disgusting. Exactly. And his defense for why he was okay with the peeing in the pools with kids around is because his parents said it was okay, so it's okay. I'm like, dude, they were like 4 to 7 years old, and these parents are allowing it. You would let your kids? I don't get the thought process behind that. How you can be okay with kids around and grown people in the streets openly naked pissing on each other. Kids can't go to strip clubs, right? Why are we allowing naked people peeing on each other in the middle of streets out in public? It's disgusting. And anyone who accepts that, I don't want nothing to do with you. And sadly, most liberals agree with it these days because they're woke and stupid. And yes, you're right, Ruth. Liberalism is a mental illness. I really believe that. And I will say that on a daily basis, that I think they need to check into a hospital sometimes to get their brains scanned. Please bring back this common sense, because ever since Trump's been in the political world, these people have lost their damn minds. Trump derangement syndrome. It's like I feel like if Trump said pedophilia was okay, then they'd be like, oh, no, it's not okay. But if he said we need to kill these pedophiles, he'd be like, oh, no, they're fine. And that's crazy. That's how liberals' minds work. They do exactly the opposite of what Trump says, even if it's just bad shit crazy. But anyways, sorry for my 19-minute ramble. Let's get the first video started of this woman actually speaking on the Hells Angels supposedly coming to Colorado.
Is the rumor true that the Hells Angels are on their way to Aurora, Colorado?
I hope so.
Because I sure hope not. Let me tell you about this Hells Angels. They're almost like a million strong.
Yeah.
And they consist of, you never hear of a Hells Angel getting convicted. They consist of lawyers, doctors, thugs, ex-military, policemen, firemen, every person, every American you can think of, every real American that you can think of. There's that category in the Hells Angels.
I hope they're coming.
And the Hells Angels are respected by even the military. So if this is true, it's almost like, because I'm sure we can't wait for Sleepyhead to call the National Guardian, because they're not. So I assume that is why the Hells Angels are on their way. And if they are, them folks better run. I don't care how badass of a gang you are. You had better run.
I freaking love this video. What side is it on? Sorry. I don't know where. All right, guys, we need to talk about this in the chat. I see there's 60 people watching right now. Tell me, do you think they're coming? I'm praying. When have we ever in like our country's history talked about we hope and we pray that the Hells Angels are coming to save us? When have we ever had that happen? This is insane times they're living in, folks. And it's crazy that we can't depend on our military or our cops to abide by the Constitution, which they swore an oath to. But the Hells Angels are kind of like our last hope, I feel like, in a way. Otherwise, it's going to get to a point where they're coming to your front door, and if you have guns, you're gonna just have to fight. But the good thing is, we have more patriots and guns than any country in the fucking world, so I don't think that's going to happen. I would really like to know if anyone is tied to the Hells Angel who could answer any questions or possibly give us some info. I would really like to know, because shit's hitting the fan very fast if not. And so, yeah, something needs to change fast. That's all I'm saying. Otherwise, we are screwed as a country. So here's actually a guy who is tied to the Hells Angels, and he's going to speak on the matter.
I am not a Hells Angel. I'm not with HA. I am with a 1% Club. Here's what I will tell you, guys. Everybody wants to know, is it true? Is it true? Are the Angels going to Colorado? Here's all I'm going to say. If a 1% Club like the Hells Angels were to decide to get involved in whatever's going on in Colorado, it wouldn't be because you got on TikTok and you asked them to do it. No, it wouldn't be because the mayor or some congressman said, hey, can you guys come over here and help us? It's not how it works. The only way on God's green earth that HA or any other 1% Club would be going to Aurora, Colorado to do anything, the only reason they would be doing that is if one of their own got fucked with. Y'all didn't fuck with one of the HAs up there, did you? Ooh, listen. It's really not a good idea. If one of their family members, a good friend of the club, a mother, one of their old ladies, if HA is on their way there, and I'm not HA at all, it's because somebody messed with one of their own. That'd be the only reason they'd do it.
I'm not going to play the whole video, but you know what? I'd understand that, but it's going to come to a point where something has to happen. The legals better run fast for it. Yeah, for real. A lot of people are saying it is true. A lot of people are saying it's just hearsay. I wouldn't know. I am hoping that it is true, because that would be pretty badass. And a lot of these groups that I see, these illegals, they're very small, but they travel in large packs. So as you guys know, these Hells Angels are big ass mofos, and they ride in large groups. So I think if it's gonna happen, these illegals who are very scrawny, but I wouldn't say all of them are scrawny, but the ones I've seen at least, they're always like very small, and you get fucking 200-pound mother effer who's a Hell's Angel coming in, they're gonna throw you through the wall. Yep, I need friends, demons now. Yeah, demons. Yeah, they are Trump. Yeah, they are. I guarantee they are for Trump. So I do have a couple more clips on this matter that I want to discuss and show you guys, and then we'll talk about it. Let's see. Well, no, we'll start at this one. Sorry, guys.
Agua in Colorado. They're not fucking playing around. They are not playing around. Listen, if you live in Colorado, if you know somebody living in Colorado, especially the Denver, Aurora, Colorado Springs, and Commerce City area, share this video because they need to know this. Get yourself some fire. Big fire. Like, y'all need some. Listen, the shit that they're trying to tell you not to get here, you know, them ARs and AKs and them two-letter big sticks, them pies, them pew.
Oh, I forgot to ask real quick. Sorry for pausing it, guys. Ruth, since you said your daughter does live there, I'm not sure if you said it above, and I apologize for asking again, but you said she was about 10 minutes from the area where this is happening. Like, is she staying in the same area, or did she move somewhere farther away to get away from the situation? I'm just curious, because you're the first person I've spoken to who said your daughter's literally right in the area where this is happening. So that's insane. I'd be terrified as a mother. So I'm curious, is she get out of there, or is she still staying there and maybe like 15 minutes away from the craziness? Thank you, by the way.
Whatever the fuck y'all want to call them. Listen, the bigger you can get, the better.
Oh, Commerce City.
The more rounds, the better. Understand this. These boys have military-grade weapons cleaning out apartment buildings. Yo, I've seen videos, or a particular video. Like, I've seen videos before where they're posing to be like Amazon or FedEx drivers, where they have like a little U-Haul outside, and then they.
All right, guys, we gotta pray for Ruth's daughter. 8 months pregnant, and she's actually in the area where all this craziness has happened. I'm sorry, Ruth. I bet you are terrified as a mother. Let's pray that your daughter stays very safe during this whole situation, and let's also pray that the Hells Angels are coming, or if not, someone is coming. We need some type of help. So, yes.
Run up to a door, knock, and wait for you to open. Then they force themselves in, rob, beat, do whatever they want to do with you. I've seen that. But this video is so bad, the news definitely can't be showed on here. You can go over to X to see it, but it definitely won't show on here. That will get you banned. The amount of sticks these boys got, every last one of them, except for one person who was on the phone. I'm telling you, if these people pull up to your door, you want something that's going to be able to hit and fold these motherfuckers the moment that door opens. I'm telling you, these boys have robbed at least between 5 to 8 gun stores, confirmed.
How is this possible? This just blows my freaking mind. They are literally shooting at cops. Oh, Ruth says they have 2 dogs in Morgan. Oh, yes, that's very needed right now. So good thing she's protected. Is it about 10 minutes away? How far is it from the area?
Cleaned out. These boys got anything from 308s, 5.56, 7.62 by 39s. They have it. And I'm telling you, it's serious. So if you ain't got none yet, go to your closest fucking toy store and get you some chitty shitty bang bang. Because you're going to need that shit. Bro, the cops don't want no smoke with these motherfuckers.
12 miles, that's still pretty damn close. Well, hopefully she stays safe through this whole situation. I'm sorry again, Ruth. That must be worrisome for sure. And also, I have a question for you guys. Who in the comment section thinks that these cops, these military service members, who, like I've said many times in the past, nothing but the utmost respect, eventually, though, it comes a point where this is going to be happening in your backyard because you are allowing it. You are okaying it. You're doing nothing to fix the issue. You are kind of just turning your eye and walking away and letting this happen. Should these people be locked up for treason once Trump administration get back into office? Because, as I said, nothing but respect for military and police as long as you do the job correctly. You swore an oath, and if you're allowing this bullshit to happen, including Border Patrol, I think you should be charged for treason because there's death because of actions you have taken. And just because you need a check doesn't mean you should have taken it and put that check priority over your own family's safety. That's at least how I feel. I think any cop, any service member, anyone who participated in the sex trafficking, open border, allowing these illegals in who are killing Americans and sex trafficking kids at a record rate, you should be tried for treason. And I'm glad people are in the comments agreeing. And like I said, I'm not sure, I know there's plenty of good military and police officers, but we need to get rid of the complicit ones who are the yes men, as I was saying liberals are earlier, and the bad ones, which I know there are bad ones behind the scenes. Yeah, not the grunts. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Squidman. Yeah, I know we all agree on that. I mean, you swore an oath to the Constitution. If you're turning your eye, why the hell do you have that job? You should be locked away in a cell, in my opinion.
They already have the green lights to open fire on the cops. These motherfuckers don't want no smoke with them. The fact that the National Guard haven't already been deployed there is crazy. And this is a slap in the face to United States citizens and permanent residents.
Yep.
Whoever the fuck is in charge of Colorado needs to be voted out. Jared Polis and anyone associated with him needs to be fired today, because the fact that this stuff is continuously happening, they're taking over more and more buildings and expanding into more and more areas. They're
and I wasn't going to react to it. I was kind of just let you guys see the whole message he was saying, but also the news I feel like is complicit. My father actually called the news yesterday. He's like, why aren't you guys talking about this? This should be on every single news station 24/7 up until it's fixed. Because why do we pay taxes otherwise? To just get effed in the butt 24/7 by our government? We should pay zero taxes, in my opinion. Because what are they spending our taxes on? Overseas wars, creating new wars, by the way. We already know about COVID. Can't talk about that much because I'll get my channel banned again. And on top of that, they're spending on illegals. They're giving them free everything while letting them stay in fancy ass hotels off our taxpayer dime. So again, please explain, why should we pay taxes? Our safety isn't, we're not safe. We're not secure. We're not rich. We're not wealthy. We're not striving as a country. So why the hell should we pay our taxes? We pay taxes to make sure our country runs good like a business. It's a business transaction. Just like the president. You don't vote based off emotions or skin color like the left does. You vote like you're running a company. Whoever is most qualified, you vote for, because that's who's going to run the business of America, either up into the sky or down into the ground, like this administration has been doing the past 4 years. We won't if no Trump. Yes, the left launders money. Yeah. A lot of this money that we're sending overseas, I guarantee that at least half of it is going back into the pockets of these corrupt politicians and unelected bureaucrats. 100%. What do you hire? Yeah. Yeah, it's insane what's happening. It's the great replacement theory happening right in front of our faces. And I've been saying that for a while, and people have called me racist. They said it's a right-wing conspiracy. Why the hell are getting all this free shit then? Why are illegals in the state of California now about to get $150,000 free money off our taxes for first-time home buyers? It doesn't make sense. And I'm going to keep on saying that every day till something happens. And since I live in California, anyone who's watching who also lives in California, I know, Ruth, you're definitely included in this. I want to get some freaking events going, you guys. We got to stop being quiet and not complicit, but quiet, not acting. We need to start acting on this shit. Creating events, getting in touch with the communities and talking to people, opening people's eyes, protesting peacefully, which the right always does. The left, they never protest peacefully. They whine like little like kids and babies when they don't get their way, like spoiled little brats. We protest peacefully because we are patriots. We care about our country. We care about the people in our cities, our community. So I really want to get some events going, and I hope that new subscribers since my channel has been skyrocketing lately, and I love it. Appreciate all the love and support I've been getting. But I would love to get an event going in California soon where we can just get a group of patriots together, all sides, and just talk about the future, even have a debate possibly, and just talk about issues on the table. We have huge debate groups. I've never seen that. I'd love to do that. I think Jubilee does something like that where they'll get both sides together sometimes to have these debates. Or I guarantee no liberals will probably talk to us. If that's the case, we can just get a conservative event going where we talk to the public. Let's talk to them and see if they've been lied to, and then correct them on those lies. Or when it comes to the lies that big media tells about Trump, we can correct them and wake them up. Right now is that time. So now we're going to switch it over from Colorado, which I'm praying for everyone that lives in Colorado. I hope the Hells Angels drive down there and F these Venezuelan gangs asses up. Sorry for my language, but something needs to happen because their law enforcement ain't doing shit about it. Never battle with, honor a man like liberals. Yep, that is true. You are 100% true. Now we're going to switch the focus, though, to Blacks for Trump. I have put out about 5 episodes of this in the past, and guess what? It's still happening. Trump's support with not just blacks, minorities, all colors, including white myself, is skyrocketing. And I'm not kidding when I say all day, every day, I will see new videos all day, every day coming out of black people saying they're ex-Democrats or they don't care now. They're going to be loud and proud for Trump. And so I love seeing videos like that. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of that. We're going to react together. Let's get started.
Wrong. Immigrant.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Wrong. Immigrants getting loans, money. It was hard for me to believe. It was just extremely hard for me to believe. I've been in business such a long time. Back in 2019, I purchased my first food truck. It cost me over $25,000. I paid it cash money. I worked hard to pay for this truck. I'm now selling it because I'm doing other things, but I'm selling it. I had a guy come to look at purchasing my vehicle or my food truck. And he explained to me he's an illegal immigrant.
This video is going to make your blood boil.
He has no credit. He has no money in the bank. But he showed me his paperwork that he will receive.
So these illegals are not also getting free house and all this money. They are also through the country getting approved for large loans through banks with zero credit, while people who are struggling to survive with maybe bad credit because they made a couple mistakes when they were younger get denied 24/7. But these illegals who are coming into our country illegally are now getting approved for large loans also from banks with zero credit, zero invested into the tax system. Another FU to American taxpayers.
See funds to purchase my food truck. I'm thankful that he's buying it, but I'm hurt that I worked so hard to pay cash for my food truck. I have good credit, can't even get a business loan because of the color of my skin. I have veterans in my family. I'm a veteran. I've been self-employed for so long. But somebody, please tell me, how do I work so hard to have somebody who comes to this country?
She's actually a business owner too. So she probably makes pretty good money and she's struggling. So if she's struggling, a business owner who's selling her business, how do you think the rest of Americans are who are underneath her, low income, middle income? They're probably dying right now in regards to living and being able to provide for them and their families.
Not long, no credit. And he shows me paperwork where they'll be funding him money to buy my food truck.
So the government is approving funds and loans for illegals with zero credit and zero money in their accounts and no accounts at all to buy companies from Americans, while they deny these Americans who may not have the best credit. But these people have zero credit, and they came here illegally, and banks are approving loans for them to buy houses and businesses. This is sad and so frustrating at the same time.
And when I talked to the bank, they told me usually they have to go straight to a dealership because I'm a private sale. But for special circumstances, they're going to, they allow it. But I need my president to tell me why I worked so hard all these years, all these decades, couldn't get a business.
Oh, I guess that was it. I thought there was a little bit more. I apologize for that, guys. You could tell she was really in her emotions there, and I feel her anger right there because I see these kind of videos all day, every day. Let's see what this guy say.
No minorities, no people of color, no Latinos, nothing. He was directly talking to Black America. If you give me my vote, this is what I would do for your community. And we totally disregarded. Like I said, I'm disappointed in myself because this is my first time reading it. Because I was listening to the rhetoric like, it don't mean nothing. He not trying to give us nothing. He a racist man. In actuality, that is, I don't even know if the dude racist at this point.
He's not.
He might be. But I don't know if he racist. Because at the end of the day, even if he is racist, he looked at us like human beings and actually offered us something. Actually offered us something in return for our vote. We haven't been offered nothing specifically for our community.
Let me speak on that, the offered something part. In California right now, Black leaders they're not politicians, but they are, I guess, people who they're asking for reparations. All right, they lead groups, I guess, the Black activists, and they are actually again asking for reparations, and they just got shut down again. They have been promised for years at this point reparations, and it's sad that people are still falling for it. One, hasn't every color been a slave in our country, in our world's history? So that means that I guess everyone should get reparations. Two, where does this money come from? It doesn't just pull out of our asses out of thin air. It comes from the taxpayer. So why should we, who have not been slave owners, neither of all these people as well, why should you guys get free money and us not? It makes zero sense. These people need to stop being professional victims. And all colors, I see a lot of white liberal women who are the worst when it comes to playing the victim card. So I'm not just speaking about blacks, but anyone who is demanding reparations, it's not going to happen. So if that is all you vote on, you need to get this working, okay? Because it's never going to happen. And that's exactly how the Democrats play off your votes, promising you a bunch of free shit. And then when you demand it, and then when the election's over, they give you nothing. And then right when the election time comes up again, they promise you a bunch of free shit and it doesn't happen. Sacramento, I saw a story coming today. These Black activists were demanding about the reparations bill that they were promised for the past 4+ years, and it got shut down. So they're pissed. It's the same stuff happens every 4 years, and they need to stop doing that. They need to stop voting off broken promises and start voting based off policy. Because policy is what runs a country, not these reparations that you're never going to get. Okay, so stop letting them dictate your emotions. Start voting based off policy. No one got the 200. Yeah, Obama, what a disappointment he was. I actually voted for him both times, or the first time, the second time. But you know what? He was a shitty president. And I didn't know this, but he actually funded the ISIS. And he was the one behind the whole entire trans movement that got started. I think he's I think he's gay for damn sure. I think Obama is a huge gay, which there's nothing wrong with it, but it just confirms that his whole family and everything was a setup. I've heard multiple men come out about Obama's past and how he slept with them and also was a crackhead. And it was very believable, the story I heard. Let's just say that. Also, if you haven't heard of Pizzagate, I would say all of you look into that because Obama's very much involved in that, using pizza code words in regards to little kids being trafficked and sold into sex slavery. Pizzagate. Liz Crokin is the one behind the whole Pizzagate scandal. Mainstream media, including Fox, Megyn Kelly, covered that up, which is very sad because, like I always say, the point of all this in the end is to save the children and save our country. See, that's the only reason I'm doing this.
Community since the 60s. He was specifically talking directly to us, offering tangible things that we can use to better our community. Yep. What about the young generation? What about the kids?
Yep.
What about the people that need trades and things like that he's offering? What about
Trump was the best advocate for child sex trafficking. He actually was very against it where the elites were for it. And he actually had Tim Ballard. If you haven't seen Sound of Freedom, true story, I would suggest watch that. And Trump even brought him to the White House. He was very into stopping the child trafficking, which mostly happens across our border, especially under this administration. It's skyrocketing. And Trump was fixing it. He was definitely fixing it.
The business owners, and he was offering direct help.
Me too, Squid Man. Sorry, I did read your last comment. Sorry, I forgot to comment on that. Me too. We will be talking soon, promise.
What about, he was talking about creating Black businesses, which is what we need. We need these tangibles, but we totally disregarded it. And then we have the Democratic Party and Kamala Harris talking about abortion, and now everything else is self-tangibles for the community.
The whole situation on abortion, if you don't know this and you're a Democrat listening, we got 64 people listen. I appreciate every single viewer. If you have not yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is where I am streaming this from, or you do it from StreamYard, but please go follow me on YouTube. That's where all my content is. It is Politics and Life, or if you don't find that, it has an American flag as the circle and the display name. It is California, J as in Jordan, B as in Bat, 5460. That is how you find my YouTube channel, and that is where you'll see all of my content that I post on a daily day exposing the Mockingbird media
community, and give us Quavo and Megan Thee Stallion up there to twerk. This man took us seriously. Politicians don't take us seriously at the most part. For the most part, they don't. They send an entertainer to talk to us, a rapper, a football player, a basketball player. They gonna send.
And the last election, remember who they used for the Biden interview? Cardi B. I would feel so disrespected if that's who. I mean, Trump these days, he's interviewing with everyone. Kamala just did a 17-minute interview, very edited on CNN, and it was sorry for my language, fucking terrible. She is a moron, and so is Waltz. He's even dumber, putting tampons in boys' restrooms. You kidding me right now? Trump's literally going to the line, and he's offered 3 debates. He's been on Fox, he's been on ABC, he's been on CNN, he's done a town hall for CNN. I mean, he will go on everything in anyone's show and talk to him. He just had a press conference 2 days ago with Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, he is everywhere. He is willing to talk to everyone. That is a leader. Kamala, she can't even do an hour live CNN interview. She's too stupid, trust me. Very stupid person.
Somebody in entertainment that don't know nothing about politics to talk to us. This man created a real plan, and we totally disregarded it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, then he went to go sit down with the national, what is it? The black and the journalists.
Yep.
The National Association of Black Journalists.
Yep. Yes, he did. He went to the Lion's Den, as they called it. Yeah, no, Trump did that recently, and the ABC reporter was very rude, very ignorant, said a stupid question to him, and he still smoked her.
Absolutely crazy. Watch this.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Absolutely crazy. Watch this.
Donald Trump does not care about border security. He only cares about himself.
The Democrats think Americans are stupid. They think you're stupid. They think I'm retarded. But guess what? They're the retards. Trump is the lion and Kamala is the mouse. Yeah. Great comparison, Squid, man. I would say it's more like Trump is what's his name? Who's the big monkey? He's Kong. Trump's Kong, and Kamala is an ant. That's a better comparison. I mean, yours is still a huge comparison, but I would say night and day with Kamala and Trump. I'm too another train wreck. She's like, yeah, she's very loaded. You were right, Ruth. Very out of nowhere, and they never have answers on how these people supposedly got so rich.
And when I am president, I will work to actually solve the problem.
You're vice president now, and you've been supporting what the president has been doing. Under the Biden-Harris administration, this is what immigration has looked like. This is from 2016 to 2023. I want you to guess when the Biden-Harris administration came into power.
Exactly.
Yes, when you see the chart go vertical, that's the result of the Biden-Harris administration. So they inherited all the work that Trump did on the border. They then went and reversed all the work he did, set records in illegal immigration, and are now coming and attacking Trump, saying he doesn't care about the border and we're the people who care about the border. We just had 4 years of you guys caring about the border. You guys did not seem to care about the border until these re-elections came around and you were losing in the polls. Then Democrats started acting like they care on the border. But these numbers show us they don't care about the border. Not to mention all the people they let in on that vertical spike, they've been talking about trying to give them citizenship. So they get into office, they let millions of people in for the first 2 to 3 years. Then around election time, when they're losing in the polls and they want to come to you and say, we're serious on the border, guys, we're serious. And get out of my face with that.
Facts. Get out of our faces with that, because they think Americans are idiots. And I've been saying that forever. People aren't falling for it anymore. I'm telling you. Awakening is here.
My name is Charles Duke Tanner, and I was sentenced to a double life sentence for my first arrest for a nonviolent drug offense in 2004. I lost all my appeals, and I was denied clemency by the Obama administration. It took 16 plus years before President Trump granted my clemency and allowed me to go home in 2020. I was a part of a broken and unjust system. And now it hurts me to the core to see the same system going after a former president. This is what Blacks been going through since day one. If we allow this to happen to the former president, we can only imagine what's going to happen to the rest of the country. Yeah. Please stand up now if you have a voice, and let's fight against this.
And let's also make America great again. Not just make America great again, make America sane again. Have common sense in regards to voting. It just blows my mind that there's actually grown adults out there that are voting based off her skin color and her gender. Like, are you kidding me? This same woman that cackles every time she's asked a serious question, who just lies every time she's on camera. I mean, they're saying that Trump's going to do an abortion ban nationwide. He has said on numerous occasions that that's not happening. He returned it back to the states. That's what the Supreme Court did, allowing for more babies to be saved. Because originally, as I've said on many times in these other podcasts, a white racist liberal Democrat named Margaret Sanger was the one who indeed opened up Planned Parenthood. And you may ask why? To depopulize minority babies. That was the whole reason why Planned Parenthood was open. So you guys are literally voting on what a racist woman opened Planned Parenthood up to in the first place, to just depopulize more minority babies. It's insane that people only vote off that single issue, and they're so disinformed about where Trump stands on it. Yeah, Ruth, I agree. Kamala Harris sounded very drunk in that interview, and she was just making a lot of weird faces. Like when Tim Walz was lying and talking, she was like almost staring at him and like with a huge like cringe smile on him. Like, this is just so fake. Squid Man, I saw the hood cheering for Trump. Yeah, I mean, that's all I see all day, every day. People are effing with Trump.
Bus tour that they are launching. Deontay, tell us about it. So we're meeting voters exactly where they are, going to the communities, reaching out to Black men. Black men are a very important target this election cycle. So we're going to them. We're going to barbershops. We're going to the communities. We're having conversations on economics. We're having conversations.
No, you're not. That's a lie.
2019 Donald Trump and 2019 Kamala Harris. When you put both together, it's not a good thing for Kamala.
Congressman Donalds, you're in Florida, and that's a place that shows there is no monolithic group of people that vote one way or the other. You've got elderly people in Florida. You've got South Florida, which is largely Hispanic. You've got every race and ethnicity there. People move there from all over the country. But there's been a red wave in Florida. The politics in Florida have moved to the right as people have moved to Florida. What can this bus tour do, and this this coalition do, to show that there isn't some monolithic ideology among Black Americans or urban Americans or any group of Americans?
Well, what it does is going to bring key information to voters who, frankly, are craving it. Everybody knows what Donald Trump wants to do.
Yeah, I've actually heard a lot, all minorities, even white people have been saying lately, we need more politicians to come to the streets, our areas, normal cities where they don't usually come to see what's happening, to talk to the people. Who's been the only one doing that so far? Trump. I mean, he went to New Jersey, a Democrat stronghold, and got 100,000, I believe it was. He went to the Bronx, and I mean, that's AOC's backyard, and she got maybe 1,000 people show up at her event. Trump had 15,000 plus in just half a day show up. The love for him, it's not even comparable with these commie-crats. And yes, Squidman, you are right. Commies for Kamala, yes. Ruth, abortion is a once-in-a-lifetime possibility. We need to eat every day, be safe every day, need gas every day. Yes, we need to start voting based off that. Our everyday needs. That is going to better our life, not just something that kills a baby. It's just it's not laughable because it's a sad situation, but it's laughable that people vote based off that one single topic.
People remember the Donald Trump economy, but they're hiding Kamala Harris from the voters. Obviously, the interview the other day did not go well for her and for her team, so they hide her. So we got to take this information straight to people. How was the economy when Donald Trump was president? Significantly better economy. Were our cities secure? Was our country secure at the southern border? Absolutely. And then, like we talked at the top of this interview, what was happening around the globe? Were there conflicts all over the place when Donald Trump was president? No, there was not. There was peace through strength around the world.
We used to lead peace through wars until Trump came. And then when he came, it was peace through strength. Or no, it was strength through wars with all the other presidents. And then when Trump came in, it's strength through peace, which is something we haven't seen. I mean, and also all these problems that we have as a country that the Democrats keep on blaming Trump, they've been in charge for what? For 12 of the last 16 years, right? Because I mean, I also consider George Bush a Democrat with his policies, even though people would say he's a rhino Republican. I think they're all the same. Up until Trump, we had no wars. So again, how is everything his fault? It just doesn't make sense. The Republicans were only in charge for 4 years. So again, how is everything happening now his fault? She also brought up a lie in the interview that there was a neutral border bill that was passed coming from the Senate, and that it was the strongest border bill. The Border Patrol signed off on it, and that's all lies. Border Patrol didn't, and it allowed 5,000 illegals a day. So you're literally not fixing the problem. You're just throwing gasoline on it at that point. The border bill was made by rhino Republicans and commie-crats, which are the Democrats, but it didn't solve the issues. As I said, 5,000 a day. It was $60 billion to Ukraine. What the hell does that have to do? I mean, they were tripping when Trump was president, and I think it was $5 billion for the wall. And these mother effers have been sent. I think we're at like $200 billion that they've sent to Ukraine. They were bitching about a few billion for a border wall, but they've put all this billions into Ukraine. Do you see the clear double standard there and how laughable this whole situation is? We should have easily got that border wall done. And I know there was a lot of people against it and pushing on Trump, and that's why it was hard for him to do it. But at least he got it done. He kept his word. He kept his promises, which is something we've never seen before. And that's why the Democrats are scared. I really believe that he was the first politician that was really elected by the people and not propped up and put into place by the deep state, as I call it, or the system or the cabal. Trump, and that's why they're scared. He was really the people's choice, which they've never seen before up until now. I believe every president besides Trump has been manufactured and been brought in, not on our vote. That's just my opinion. Otherwise, they wouldn't be tripping so bad off of Trump. That's just how I see it. Anyways, I have one more video to react with you guys before I go, and I saved the best for last. Supposedly, like I said, blacks for Trump is skyrocketing. Here's your proof right here with Black Woman.
My name is Jasmine Woodson.
Hi, my name is Silla.
I'm Karen Watson. I'm Yolanda Johnson from Georgia.
This is BB Diamond from New York City.
I'm Dana Galen, and I'm from Tampa, Florida.
I live in Hagerstown, Maryland.
Out here in Maricopa County.
Kalamazoo County, Michigan.
I am a proud African immigrant
living in Florida.
I'm from the great state of New Jersey.
I'm Angelina from Philly, and this November, I am not voting for Kamala Harris.
I am not voting for Kamala Harris.
I'm not voting for Kamala Harris.
I am not with Kamala Harris.
I am not with her.
I'm not with her.
I am not with Kamala Harris.
I'm not with Kamala.
I am not for Kamala. I am for Donald Trump.
I am not with Kamala.
I am not with her.
I love this. I love this.
I support President Trump and the
Hell yeah.
economic policies our country experienced under his leadership as our 45th president.
President Trump will support our law enforcement agencies and fund them appropriately.
Donald Trump made me proud to be an American.
I'm with
Yes.
Donald J. Trump.
We need a leader who can make America great again.
Trump puts Americans first, and he always will.
We need Donald Trump.
I and millions of other Black Americans will cast my vote
It's
for
beautiful.
Donald J. Trump.
I will proudly cast my vote for Donald J. Trump as our next president.
Let's make America great again.
Tell me that wasn't a beautiful ad. I mean, I see these kind of things all day, every day. I'm telling you, the awakening is here. Trump is the solution, man. The demonic rats are problems, people. Yeah, and then they just try to blame all of the problems that they created onto Trump, and the people aren't buying it. Getting red pilled by Trump has been amazing. Yes, good man, I agree. I actually didn't like him, and then when I started digging into him myself and listening to his speeches, not edited by the big media, I was like, oh, you know what? I actually connect with what he's saying. I agree with everything he is speaking. And that's when I went down the rabbit hole. I see that there's 70 people online. I appreciate every viewer who has been a part of the show tonight. I'm going to start doing these every night. Also, if you didn't hear me at the beginning, if you weren't here at the beginning, I got a new setup right here. I'm going to be doing interviews tomorrow. I'm going to be at the VA, hopefully with some people, including Ruth, if you're available. We are going to be speaking to ex-military military right now. We're going to VA and we're going to interview them, see how they feel about this economy, about this administration, and what they want to see moving forward. And I hope all of you subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is the only place that it will be posted. Well, actually, I still post it on X, but I appreciate if all my followers, America First Patriots, would show me some love and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is Politics and Life. Actually, I forgot I could just show you guys real quick. That would just be better, right? Just show you guys my YouTube. So in the future, when I do these shows, which I will be doing daily now, you guys can actually subscribe. I would really appreciate it because I've been getting a lot of love lately. But yeah, I can always use more. And anyone who has their own YouTube channel that's listening, possibly let me know so I can follow you back. I think us patriots should be following each other. The more that follow, the more truth gets spoken. Let's see. There we go. Here, let me enlarge that. So it is California JB 5460. As you see, still new, Politics and Life. I want to show you guys what I said for my display, though. Look at this. The Mockingbird media has exposed their cards. We, the people, are the new news now, debunking the lies daily while reacting to America First music. That is it. I hope all of you subscribe. I got big plans. Ruth, I'll message you off this after I exit out of this live, which I'm about to do. I'll message you on Facebook, the times in the area, and then we'll speak some more. Thank you, guys. It looks like there's 68 people watching. Wow. Love the love and support I've been getting lately. I really hope you guys all subscribe and let me know in the future if you want me to speak in anything specific. Do reactions to America First music. I usually react to Tom McDonald, Adam Calhoun, Dax, patriots, people who love their country, not the garbage filth these days that you see in the mainstream rap. Thank you, Ruth. I feel like I'm getting better through time, getting more comfortable speaking to people, especially for long periods of time. That's what I had a problem with at first, was being on here by myself and being able to speak for long periods of time. I was nervous. No, I'm not really. I feel like I'm actually becoming like a YouTube podcaster. But I hope you guys follow me on the YouTube channel because I said I'll be interviewing veterans tomorrow at the VA, and I hope you guys watch, subscribe, and check it out. Love you guys. Stay safe. Have a blessed night.